my work is not just, something really personal. It's a kind of a celebration of everything within the city. My paintings are not just simply a representation of something or, something physical. You could see yourself being in there. Good day, everyone. I'm Nile, and I'm a Toronto-based artist. From a young age, I always had an interest in the arts. When I moved here, actually, I decided to pursue it. I visit the dollar store. The thing that sparked the interest is visiting the dollar store. And as I walk through the aisles, I'm like, wow, they have cheap canvases and cheap paints. Let me try that out. And soon, I try that out. I fall in love with it. And fast forward to 2024, I taught myself how to paint. I learned all the techniques, learned about other artists, and, try to learn from that and bring more things from what I could offer as a painter. So moving here, it completely changed me as a person, right? Because it's not just painting. It allowed me to meet a lot of new people and a lot of new ideas that I would have never had where I used to live, right? Another thing is you get exposed to a completely new culture, right? I like a little bit of individualism, and I also like, what I like about here is you're free to do what you want. You are not constricted to do one thing, and I'm not a conformist. I like to do my own thing, right? So something I like about here is it's pretty free, open-minded, and you have an opportunity. If you get yourself out there, you have an opportunity to make something out of what you have. That background, that thing is just, people tell you, oh, this won't happen, or what are you doing? That is a fire. It's a spark to motivate you to go ahead and do something bigger, to capture something more intricate and more complicated, right? So to surprise them. Toronto is an island secluded from the city, right? So it's right in the city, but in the same time, it's like, in order to get there, there's no bridge or road. It's like you got to take a boat to get to the other side. So it adds this element of seclusion and being, a quiet area. Another place is here, Edwards Garden. I mean, right in the city, there's a highway, there's cars, there's, houses and stuff. But then at the same time, you get in here and you feel like you're in the middle of a forest, or you're in a, completely different park, separate area, right? You get that impression. So that is something I like about Toronto, is you could feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you are also literally in the city. I love bringing history. I mean, I go to art museums and stuff, right? You see all this history featured in paintings, and you go to exhibits and you see them featured in photographs and stuff, right? But seeing them in real life, seeing them as a physical thing, is a whole different experience, right? Now you get to feel like a person. You get to feel as your physical self, being inside of these buildings, or, being a part of history, right? So a lot of it I like is, being able to see a painting, but in the same time being able to see it in real life. And also, I'm gonna mention this in terms of nature. A lot of it, you try to capture it, you paint it, and you capture all the details, but then you get to really experience the reality. It's real. It's not a simulation. You're out there. Now, what I like to capture is something quirky and unconventional. Talk about Kensington Market, for example. You have a lot of cultures over there. You have people from international, all around the world. They come over there, they have businesses, they have restaurants, right? You have big Latino, Caribbean. So I try to capture that in my work. I've done a series of Kensington Market ones, but also there's a lot of neighborhoods, cool quirky neighborhoods in Toronto that I try to capture also, right? Not just in their buildings and stuff, but the people in there. I'm gonna do a series of, like, painting the restaurants, interior of a restaurant, right? Just trying to capture those personal moments with, people from all kinds of cultures, all walks of life come together and have a commune together. So I want to capture that a lot. I've been doing recently it's been a new theme. So public spaces is not simply a physical place where there's buildings and, architecture and physical objects. Public places is where, people come and meet and gather and build memories, right? There's a lot of things that happen. It's not just the physical things, it's the human aspect of it. Now, in terms of public spaces and my art, I try to relate that through, painting them, right? Simply capturing them. It's not simply just, painting a building. No, it's painting something that people could remember, people could relate to. And within that, I want to capture all these expressions within, right? I actually managed to get my hands on a few large canvases. So I want to do large paintings of these things, these subjects I want to capture, right? Before that, there's a lot of studying and a lot of, doing, compositions and drawings and all these things, trying to bring it all together. But really, I want to tie it all together and make it like a museum-like experience, right? Now, a lot of my paintings have a lot of architecture, a lot of buildings. People come up to me, people tell me, oh, you painted my morning walk, or you painted my commute, right? The significance in that is people relate to it. To me, the most important thing is relatability, because quite frankly, no one cares about your art. You gotta relate it to your viewer. You gotta give a good first impression to your viewer. People who come here to the city, people who don't know this city and are walking down the streets, because I sell my work in public and I paint in public, right? People walking, they see a bunch of paintings and stuff, right? They don't know anything about the city. Imagine yourself as an alien in this city, right? And the first thing you come is you see my work, you see my paintings. I want them to get an idea of what they see, right? Now, I want this work to, capture how the city is, how it looks, and how, imagine yourself walking in there. Toronto's art scene, I think there's a lot more to offer. I'll be honest with you, we're not really a world-class city in terms of the art scene. I think there is, a lot of investing and a lot of things to bring. I've heard this thing where a lot of artists, when they hit the ceiling, they move out either to the States or to other countries, right? Which I don't think it's a really positive thing, because if they were to stay here, I think there would be more growing as a city, as an art scene as a city. I think there's more growing to do, right? So I think there's a lot of things to offer, and we still have potential, but I think we need more. We need more investing. We need more, money to go into the art scene, the institutions. So I think there's a lot of growth to be done.